Okay, so we're going to prove this, right? We're going to prove that the left-hand side is identical to the right-hand side. That's why we've got three lines here. We're showing that it's identical. So this can be actually expressed like this if we put these fractions together. So I literally start with left-hand side, and I say, look, left-hand side, let's write it out, is this. And I think about then scaling up this each of these fractions, right? Because if I want to add fractions or take away fractions, I need to get a common denominator. Okay, 5, 3, and 4 are all different. So we need to get a common denominator, and we need to think about what we can scale up to so that each of 5, 3, and 4 go into. Now, if we look at the answer, sometimes that helps, and we've got 60 there. And of course, if you think about it, 5 goes into 60, 3 goes into 60, and 4 goes into 60. So we can actually scale up each of these fractions by up to 60. So 5 can go to 60, can it? Okay. Now the question is, what am I doing to 5 to get to 60? Okay, what are we doing to it? Well, 5 to get to 60, you're timesing by 12, aren't you? 5 times 12 gives me 60. So I'm timesing the bottom by 12, okay? But if I times the bottom by 12, I've also got to times the top by 12. Does that make sense? And 12 times 3x is 36x. Okay, so I'm just scaling up the fraction, making the bottom 12 times bigger, so we need to make the top 12 times bigger. Let's go to the next one. Okay, 3 to get to 60. Well, we've got to times this by, what have we got to times it by? Well, we've got to times it by 20, yeah? Because 3 goes into 60 20 times. So times that by 20, that becomes 40x, yeah? And times that by 20, you get 1 times 20 is 20. Let me take away this fraction. So 4, scale that up to 60. How many times does 4 go into 60? Well, it goes into it 15 times. Okay, you can check on your calculator. But 15 times, so we've times that by 15, so we need to scale this up by 15. Times that by 15, you get 45x. Times that by 15, you get minus 15. Okay, now we can write it as one fraction, okay, that's all out of 60, okay, but we have to be careful. We've got 36x here, plus 40x here, plus 20. Be careful here, because this minus applies to all of this, right? So the minus of that will be minus 45x. The minus of this will be plus, won't it? Because minus becomes a plus. Minus, or take away minus 15 becomes a plus 15. Okay, so be careful there with your signs. Work this out then. 36x plus 40x is 76x. Take away 45x is 31x. And then 20 plus 15 is 35. And you all over 60, and you realize then it's identical. It's identical to the right-hand side. So we've proved that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side.